If you wake up every morning with a weird taste in your mouth, that bitter, metallic, or even slightly sour feeling you just brush off, you might be ignoring one of the earliest warning signs your body is trying to give you. And here's the part most people don't realize. That taste isn't just about what you ate last night, or bad breath, or needing to brush better. It could be coming from something much deeper, something inside your body that's quietly struggling, long before any serious symptoms show up. Your liver. Yeah, the organ you probably don't think about unless something goes seriously wrong. But here's where it gets uncomfortable. Your liver doesn't scream when it's in trouble. It whispers. It sends small, easy to ignore signals. And one of the most overlooked ones shows up the moment you wake up, that strange taste in your mouth. Now think about this for a second. Have you ever noticed how some mornings your mouth feels dry and neutral, but other days it feels off, almost toxic? You drink water, you brush your teeth, and it still lingers for a bit. Most people assume it's normal. It's not always, because your body detoxifies overnight. While you're asleep, your liver is working nonstop, filtering toxins, processing fats, balancing chemicals. And when that process isn't working smoothly, your body starts leaving clues. Subtle ones, easy to ignore, until they're not. And this is where things get even more interesting. Different types of morning mouth taste may actually point to different kinds of imbalances inside your body, especially linked to how your liver is functioning. A bitter taste? That's one story. A metallic taste? Completely different. And that slightly sour or acidic feeling? That could be something most people never connect to their liver at all. But wait, this changes everything. Because once you understand what your body is trying to tell you, you start noticing patterns you've probably ignored for years. And one of those patterns might already be happening to you right now. That's the scary part. This isn't something that suddenly appears one day. It builds slowly. You've probably had mornings where your mouth tasted completely normal, and others where something just felt off. Maybe you blamed it on late-night food, poor sleep, or just one of those days. But what if it's not random? What if your body has been trying to get your attention this whole time, and you just didn't know how to read the signs? Because here's what most people never think about. Your liver is deeply connected to how your body handles toxins, digestion, and even hormone balance. And when it starts getting overloaded, not failing, not diseased, just stressed, it doesn't shut down. It adapts. And those adaptations show up in small, almost invisible ways, like the taste in your mouth when you wake up. Now this is where most people go wrong. They wait for obvious symptoms. Pain, fatigue, something dramatic. But your body doesn't work like that. It gives you early warnings first. Quiet signals. Patterns you only notice if you're paying attention. And this is the part no one talks about. By the time stronger symptoms show up, your body has already been compensating for a while. So the real question is, what exactly is your morning mouth taste trying to tell you? Because once you understand the difference between these signals, you start seeing your health in a completely different way. Section 1. The bitter taste. When your body is struggling to process what you're putting in that bitter taste in your mouth when you wake up, that sharp, almost unpleasant flavor that makes you reach for water immediately, most people think it's just bad oral hygiene. But that's not the real problem. Because if it were just about brushing your teeth, it would disappear instantly. And you've probably noticed. Sometimes it doesn't. Here's where it gets interesting. A persistent bitter taste in the morning is often linked to how your body is processing bile, a digestive fluid produced by your liver. Now, bile has one main job, helping your body break down fats and remove waste. But when your liver is under stress, from processed foods, excess sugar, alcohol, or even chronic stress, that bile flow can become sluggish or unbalanced. And this is where things go wrong. Instead of moving smoothly through your digestive system, bile can build up or reflux slightly, especially overnight when your body is lying flat. That bitter taste? That could be your body's way of saying, I'm not processing things as cleanly as I should. Now think about your routine. late-night snacking, heavy dinners, sugary drinks before bed. You might not feel anything immediately. No pain, no obvious discomfort. But overnight, your liver is working overtime trying to deal with everything you consumed. And when it can't keep up perfectly, you wake up with that taste. But wait, it gets worse. If this becomes a regular pattern, it may also connect with other subtle signs you've probably ignored. Feeling slightly bloated in the morning, a heavy sensation after eating fatty meals, skin looking dull or slightly irritated, low energy even after a full night's sleep. Individually, these don't seem serious. Together, they start telling a story, and here's what most people don't realize. It's not about your liver failing. It's about your liver being overwhelmed. There's a big difference, because your body is incredibly resilient. It adapts. It compensates. It keeps going. But those small signals, they're early warnings. Now imagine this. 2 people eat the same meal. One wakes up feeling normal. The other wakes up with a bitter taste, slight nausea, and low energy. Same food. Different internal response. Why? Because their bodies, specifically their liver function and digestive efficiency, are not the same. And this is the part no one talks about. You don't need a diagnosis to have imbalance. You just need patterns. So if that bitter taste keeps showing up, your body might be asking you to slow down, clean up your diet, and give your liver a break before it has to shout louder. Section 2. The metallic taste. When toxins start lingering longer than they should now, let's talk about something even more unsettling. That metallic taste. You know the one, slightly like iron, coins, or something oddly chemical. It doesn't happen every day, but when it does, it feels different. Stronger, harder to ignore. And this is where things get a little deeper, because a metallic taste in the morning isn't usually about food. It's about what your body is trying to get rid of, but hasn't fully cleared. Here's what most people don't realize. Your liver plays a huge role in filtering toxins from your bloodstream. Things like environmental chemicals, medications, alcohol byproducts, and even natural metabolic waste. And during the night, this process ramps up. But when your liver is overloaded or working less efficiently, some of those compounds can linger longer than they should. And that lingering effect? It can show up as a metallic taste in your mouth. Now this is where most people go wrong. They assume it's something minor. Maybe dehydration. Maybe something they ate. And yes, sometimes it is. But if it becomes a pattern, that's different, because your body is incredibly precise. It doesn't send random signals over and over again. So if you've noticed this kind of taste popping up more frequently, ask yourself this. Have you been relying more on processed foods lately? Taking more medications or supplements? Drinking less water than usual? Sleeping poorly? Because all of these increase the load on your liver. And here's where it gets worse. When toxins aren't cleared efficiently, your body may try alternative pathways to eliminate them, including through your breath and saliva. That's when the taste becomes noticeable, not dramatic, not painful, just there, and easy to ignore, until it isn't. Now imagine waking up every day with that subtle metallic hint. At first, you brush it off. Then it becomes familiar. Then normal. And that's the dangerous part, because normalization of symptoms is how small issues turn into bigger ones over time. But wait, this changes everything, because the solution isn't extreme detoxes or harsh cleanses. It's about reducing the load, giving your body space to do what it already knows how to do. Simple shifts like drinking enough water, reducing processed foods, supporting sleep quality, being mindful of alcohol and medications. These don't sound dramatic, but they directly impact how your liver handles toxins. And that metallic taste? It might be your early signal that something needs to change before your body has to push harder to get your attention. Section 3. The sour or acidic taste. When digestion and liver function start overlapping now, this one confuses a lot of people. That sour, acidic taste in your mouth when you wake up. It's not bitter. not metallic. It's more like something didn't sit right. Most people instantly think acid reflux, and they're not wrong. But they're also not seeing the full picture. Because here's what most people don't realize. Your liver, digestion, and acid balance are deeply connected. And when one system starts struggling, the others feel it. Now this is where things go wrong. If your liver isn't efficiently processing fats and supporting digestion, your stomach may compensate by producing more acid or struggling to move food properly through your system. Overnight, when you're lying down, that imbalance can lead to mild reflux. Not enough to cause pain, but enough to leave that sour taste in your mouth by morning. And here's the twist. You might not even feel heartburn, just the taste. Now think about your habits. Late dinners, eating close to bedtime, heavy, greasy meals. These don't just affect your stomach, they increase the workload on your liver too. And when both systems are slightly off, that's when you wake up feeling off as well. But wait, it gets more subtle. You might also notice slight throat irritation in the morning, need to clear your throat frequently, mild nausea before breakfast, low appetite early in the day individually. These seem harmless. Together, they paint a clearer picture. And this is the part no one talks about. Your body doesn't separate systems the way we do. Everything is connected. So when digestion struggles, your liver feels it. When your liver is overloaded, digestion reacts. It's a loop. Now imagine ignoring this for months, even years. The taste becomes normal. The discomfort becomes background noise. And your body keeps compensating, quietly, until it can't. But here's the good news. Small adjustments can make a big difference. Eating earlier in the evening, keeping meals lighter at night, avoiding lying down right after eating, supporting overall digestion. These changes don't just help your stomach. They reduce the burden on your liver as well. And that sour taste? It might start fading without you even realizing why. Section 4. The dry, stale taste. When your body is dehydrated and overworked now, let's talk about the one most people completely ignore. That dry, stale, almost old taste in your mouth. Not strong, not sharp, just unpleasant and easy to dismiss. You just need water. That's what most people think. And yes, dehydration plays a role. But that's not the full story. Because here's what most people don't realize. Your liver relies heavily on proper hydration to function efficiently. Water helps transport nutrients, flush out waste, and support the entire detoxification process. So when you're even slightly dehydrated, everything slows down, including your liver. Now this is where things get interesting. When your body doesn't have enough fluid, saliva production decreases overnight. And saliva isn't just for comfort. It helps neutralize bacteria and maintain balance in your mouth. So when saliva drops, bacteria increase, waste products linger, and that stale taste appears. But wait, this changes everything. Because dehydration also makes it harder for your liver to process toxins efficiently. So now you have two things happening at once. Reduced cleansing in your mouth, slower detoxification in your body, and the result? That dry, unpleasant taste you wake up with. Now think about your daily habits. Do you drink enough water? Or do you rely on coffee, soda, or sugary drinks? Do you hydrate consistently? Or only when you feel thirsty? Because by the time you feel thirsty, you're already slightly dehydrated. And your body has already started adjusting. Now this is where most people go wrong. They treat the symptom, chewing gum, drinking water in the morning, but ignore the cause. Chronic, low-level dehydration. And over time, that affects more than just your mouth. It impacts your energy, your digestion, your skin, and yes, your liver function. But here's the part no one talks about. Even mild dehydration, repeated daily, creates a constant low-level stress on your body. Not enough to feel alarming, but enough to slowly shift how your body performs. Now imagine fixing just this one thing. Consistent hydration throughout the day. Not excessive, not forced, just steady. Suddenly, your body has what it needs to function smoothly. And that stale morning taste, it may quietly disappear, along with other subtle issues you didn't even connect to hydration. Because sometimes, the smallest signals lead to the biggest realizations. So when you step back and look at all of this together, it starts to make sense in a completely different way. That taste in your mouth in the morning? It's not random. It's not meaningless. It's feedback. Your body is constantly communicating, not with loud alarms, but with small, repeatable signals. A bitter taste, a metallic hint, something sour, or just that dry, stale feeling. Each one is a clue, not a diagnosis, not something to panic about, but definitely something to pay attention to. Because here's what most people get wrong. They wait for something serious before they take action. But your body rarely jumps straight to serious. It builds up, quietly, gradually. And those early signs? That's your window. Now this is where things can change for you. You don't need extreme diets. You don't need complicated routines. You just need awareness and small corrections, eating a little lighter at night, giving your body time to digest, staying properly hydrated, reducing what overloads your system. Simple things, but powerful when done consistently. Because your liver isn't asking for perfection, it's asking for support. And the moment you start listening to these small signals, your body often responds faster than you expect. The real question is, are you going to keep ignoring what your body is already trying to tell you? Or finally, start paying attention? If this made you see your body differently, that's a good sign. Most people ignore these signals for years. If you found this helpful, stick around. There's a lot more your body is trying to tell you. Consider subscribing for simple, real insights that actually make a difference.